Cohort 10, Week 24, English for Vocational Purposes 2, Presentation 2. By the end of the day, you should be able to review and consolidate previously learned vocabulary items relevant to safe work conditions. You should be able to acquire the meaning and use of some vocabulary items relevant to safety hazard symbols. You should be able to ask and answer a questionnaire about safety at work. You should be able to use the newly acquired vocabulary in sentence completion activities. As we always start our lessons, we will start with the safety talk. The safety talk of this week is distracted driving, cell phone use. Here are some statistics about cell phone use and driving. The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes each year. During this period, 66,914 people have died on the roads in Saudi Arabia due to the road accidents, amounting to 1 person killed and 4 injured every hour. Over 65% of accidents occur because of vehicles traveling at excess speed and/or drivers disobeying traffic signals and distracted driving, cell phone use. Injured in crashes involving a distracted driver. So when you use your cell phone, you might get yourself killed or get others killed too. Vocabulary review. Who can tell me this is a excellent, a clean workshop? This is a dirty workshop. And we know that a dirty workshop is unsafe because it gives a chance to germs to grow on the surfaces. Okay, what about the two workshops here? One of them is tidy, one of them is untidy. Tidy, untidy. We should keep our workshops tidy because this will lessen the opportunity of people getting tripped by objects on the floor. Okay, fall, prevent, tripping, slip. Of course, this is prevent, as you know. This is tripping. This is fall, and this is slip or slipping. How can we prevent injuries like slips and falls? You know that we have to keep our workshops clean and clear. When you use your tools, you have to put them away, not to leave them on the ground, as you know. So this is to leave the tools on the ground. This is not correct. Put them away is the correct action after you finish your work. But also, when you use something and you have some litter left, you have to dispose of the litter regularly, not to throw litter on the ground, because this will make the workshop dirty and untidy. The workshop should be well lit, not dim, because dim rooms will cause accidents. People will not be able to see what is in front of them and they might get tripped by objects on the ground or hit something. Here is the new vocabulary for the new lesson. They are about warning signs. We are going to learn some hazards that might happen at the workplace, the sources of these hazards, and the results of these hazards. We'll start with the name of the hazard itself. What is represented by this picture? Is it slippery surface, icy surface, falling objects, or working from heights? Excellent. This represents the hazard of falling objects. The next picture, does it represent slippery surfaces or icy surface, falling objects, or working from heights? Okay, great. This represents working from heights. In such a case, it's a ladder. So this is a high area or high place, and this is a hazardous state or circumstance. The next picture, it represents, okay, slippery surfaces. Thank you so much. Maybe because of liquid or wet floor, the surface becomes slippery. Okay, this picture represents icy surfaces. Very good. Icy, as you can see here, it's high icy circumstance. So this is an ice sheet and it might cause slippery as well. So icy surfaces. Okay, now we are going to name the injury, not the hazard. What is this injury? Is it a head injury, arm injury, leg injury, or back injury? Okay, great. This represents a head injury. What might cause a head injury? Maybe falling objects or slips or even tripping might cause a head injury because your head might hit the ground. Okay, what is represented by this picture? Is it a head injury, arm injury, leg injury, or back injury? Okay, great. This represents an arm injury. Which hazard might cause an arm injury? As we said, all of the hazards that we mentioned might cause arm injury because your arm might be hit by something or it might hit the ground. Okay, this, of course, as you see, this is a leg injury. This is a excellent, a back injury. And back injuries usually caused by slips or by tripping. Okay, now we are going to name the hazard source, the cause of the hazard. Is this picture, does it represent spills of liquids or unguarded machine, cables and cords, or ladders and scaffolds? As you see, this is a machine and anyone can touch it. So this is unguarded machine. Machine should be kept guarded if it's not being used. Okay, what is represented by this picture? As you can see in this picture, we can see some cables and cords, cables and cords. Okay, what can you see in this picture? You can see some spills of liquids. Liquid may be water or oil or any chemical in the workshop. This is called spills of liquids. Of course, spills of liquids might cause slips or slippery surfaces. So spills, and take care of this word, spills, not slips, huh? Spills of liquids. Okay, what can you see in this picture? You can see a ladder and a scaffold. So ladders, scaffolds, working from height. Can you see in this picture, what does it represent? Does it represent chemicals or toxic garbage or heavy loads or hot weather? This is, of course, toxic garbage. Can you see in this picture? Can you see chemicals, toxic garbage, heavy loads, or hot weather? Of course, you can see a man carrying something. So this is heavy load. Next, okay, what can you see in this picture? Great, you didn't take any time. This represents chemicals, right? And this picture, of course, is easy. It represents hot weather. Okay, now let's read this. It's important to work in a safe environment. Hazards include anything that can cause spills or tripping, such as cords running across the floor or liquids anything that can cause falls, such as working from heights, including ladders, scaffolds, roofs, or any raised work area, unguarded machinery, and moving machine parts that a worker can accidentally touch. So as you see in this passage, we can see some sources of hazards that occur in a workplace. Let's answer these questions. Why are codes running across the floor in a workplace dangerous? As you learned from this reading passage, a code running across the floor might cause tripping. Okay, the next question is, why are spills of liquids on the workplace floor dangerous? Yes. Okay, they make the floor slippery, so they may cause slips, right? What usually causes falls in the workplace? Let's get back to the reading. A lot of sources, in fact, including ladders, scaffolds, roofs, or any raised work area. Okay, the last question to answer, why are unguarded machines dangerous? So they might be accidentally taught touched by a worker, and it might cause, or they might cause injuries or cuts or breaks. Okay, now you have a questionnaire on page 55. The questionnaire is about safety at a workplace. We are going to apply this to NCTC. So what I want you to do is to answer the questionnaire about NCTC. Let's see, here is the questionnaire. Do you study in the hot weather? Are there any poorly lit areas in the workspace? Are all machines guarded? Is there proper disposal of toxic garbage, a place where you can keep toxic garbage? Do workers carry heavy loads properly? Are all chemicals labeled? Do all workers wear PPE? We need to answer the questions here about NCTC and share the answers with other colleagues or in the workplace and also with your teacher. Thank you so much. I hope that you have enjoyed the video and see you in another video later. Thank you.